Hello, everybody. My name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine, right here in the city of the county sheriff in the state of Tennessee. Today's date is April the 2nd, early on Sunday morning, April the 2nd, 2017, time 3:15 a.m. First, I thank all my family, my club, for your continued encouragement support. Continue to keep us at the club right here in this Memphis tri-state area. I continue to further my education on my college and when I pursue my associate instead of being a straight concentration mark. And music you hear in the background is the African nation of the Democratic Republic of Congo. It's the Democratic Republic of Congo. User stream and Radio Africa online, Radio Africa online. So hello to everybody in the African nation of the Democratic Republic of Congo, as well as everybody everywhere else. I'm gonna do my Instagram video right now. Hello everybody. My name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine, right here in the city of Memphis. Is in the county sheriff in the state of Tennessee. Today's date is early Sunday morning, April the 2nd, 2017, time 3:18 a.m. And first I thank all my fans, my school for their continued encouragement and support. And on today's video, the music here in the background, that's the African nation, the Democratic Republic of Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and we use the stream, and that's Radio Africa Online, Radio Africa Online. So hello to everybody in the African nation of the Democratic Republic of Congo, and let everybody everywhere else. So we always first give thanks to God for all His blessings, all His guidance, and we thank God for blessing guidance, blessings and guidance with, and we thank the U.S. government as well as all the governments around the world for making us safe from crime, organized crime, as well as gangs, and we thank the U.S. government for the Organized Crime Control Act and Title IX of the Organized Crime Control Act, Racketeering Influence of Corrupt Organizations Act, and Juvenile Justice, and the Delinquency Prevention Act, which established the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention. And we thank the U.S. government comprehensive game model of violence prevention. And all the U.S. government, well, other governments around the world do, make us all safe from crime, organized crime and gangs. And I'm getting ready to end my Instagram video. And I'm getting ready to start my Periscope video. everybody. My name is Eric B. Johnson, also known as BrightShine. I live right here in the city of Memphis, in the county Sherman, in the state of Tennessee. Today is day early Sunday morning, April the 2nd, 2017, time 3:26 a.m. I first say thank all my family members for the continuing encouragement support. And the music you hear in the background is the African Nation of the Democratic Republic of Congo. It's the African Nation of the Democratic Republic of Congo. And we're using streaming and the radio station, Radio Africa Online. It's Radio Africa Online. So shout out to everybody in the African Nation of the Democratic Republic of Congo, as well as everybody everywhere else. Turn the music down. On today's video, we're going to continue to talk about African traditional religion. As you know, African traditional religion is being taught at institutions of higher learning, meaning colleges and universities in sub-Saharan Africa. You can earn a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, and a PhD studying African traditional religion. We're in sub-Saharan Africa, we're going to look at a map. This is an African language distribution map. An African language distribution map. It's an African language distribution map. African language distribution map. Now, as you can see, that blue color represents the Afro-Asiatic. The yellow color represents the Nilo-Saharan. The dark orange color represents the Niger-Congo A. The light orange color represents the Niger-Congo B, the Bantu. And this is the other half of the map. Now, on the side, it shows what the colors represent. The blue color represents the Afro-Asiatic. The yellow color represents the Nilo-Saharan. The dark orange color represents the Niger-Congo A. The light orange color represents the Niger-Congo B, the Bantu. The green color represents two groups of people. The green color represents two groups of people. The Kway people, they are the pastoralists. The Sand people are the hunter-gatherers. They are the hunter gatherers. Over there on the island of Madagascar, that purple lavender color is the Austronesians. The Austronesians are the people that live in Indonesia. And the people in Indonesia, they migrated from Indonesia. They colonized and settled the island of Madagascar. They are not the original inhabitants of the island of Madagascar. This is the this is a Niger-Congo language distribution map. This is a Niger-Congo language map. Niger-Congo language map. Niger-Congo language, your primary branch, your Volta Congo, your South Volta Bantu, Bantu over South Bantu, your other East Benue Congo, your West Benue Congo, your Clay, your North Volta Crew, Sanuvo, your Gur Volta language, the Anime when you Bunjin language, your other primary branch, your Kordofan, your Mandi, your Atlantic, and your Dogon. This is a Niger-Congo language distribution map. This is a Niger-Congo language distribution map. Niger-Congo language distribution map. Your Atlantic group, Wolof, your Fule, your Mandi, Bambari, Malinka, Maninka, Dayule, your Crew, your Gur, Moor language, your Quay, Bali, Akan, and Ewa, your Dogon, your Ajor, your Anime when you Bunjin language, your Baye, Banda, and Zandi, your Kordofani, your non-Bantoid, Yaruba, and Igbo, your Bantoid, Fang, Tiki, Lingale, Mungo and Kundu, Congo, Choki, Lube, Luganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Sukume, and Kikuyu, your Bantu, Swahili, Makawe, and Yanje, Bembe, Shone, Tisange, Northern Soto, Zulu, Southern Soto, Kosa, Tiswane, and Dange, and Bundu. There are many other Niger-Congo speaking groups of people that are not listed on this map. This is the Afro-Asiatic language distribution map. Afro-Asiatic language distribution map. The Afro-Asiatic languages is a large language family of several hundred related languages and dialects. It includes languages spoken predominantly in West Asia, North Africa, the Horn of Africa, and parts of the Sahel. Now, the Afro-Asiatic language family includes the following branches: Berber, Chadic, Cushitic, Egyptian, Omatic, and Semitic. That's the Afro-Asiatic language family. This is a Nilo-Saharan language distribution map. Nilo-Saharan language distribution map. The Nilo-Saharan language are a composite family of African language spoken by some 50 to 60 million Nilotic people, mainly in the upper parts of the Chari and Nile rivers, including historic Nubia, north of where the two tributaries of the Nile meet. The languages extend through 17 nations in the northern half of Africa, from Algeria to Benin in the west, from Libya to the Democratic Republic of the Congo in the center, and from Egypt to Tanzania in the east. Now, the Nilo-Saharan major languages: Luo, Kanuri, Songhay, Tiso, Nubian, Lubari, Landa Marguida languages, Lango, a Luo language, Dinka, a Choli, another Luo language, Nuwa, Masai, and Gambe, Fur, and Tubu. That's a Nilo-Saharan language family. Now, on my video last week, on my previous video last week, we, we, uh, we referred to the King James Version of the Bible. Now, there are many versions of the Bible. And we went to the Bible and we went to the New Testament and we read about the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ, the Son of God. And like I said, we went to the book of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and we read about the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ, the Son of God. Now, we're not going to read about, we're not going to read those scriptures. We're just going to give the scriptures. The book of Matthew, okay, we read chapter 27 in the book of Matthew. We read chapter 27. And we know that Jesus Christ died on the cross. He gave up the ghost. He died on the cross. And one of his disciples, Joseph of Arimathea, went to Pilate, begged for the body, and took Jesus Christ's body down from the cross. Then he he cleaned the body and wrapped Jesus Christ's body in the linen and placed Jesus Christ's body in his tomb in Joseph of Arimathea. That was his tomb. Placed Jesus Christ's body in the tomb, sealed the tomb, and after sealing the tomb, Jesus Christ, the Son of God, rose from the dead. He was resurrected from the dead. And rich, like I say, as a matter of fact, chapter 27, verse 59. Verse 59. And when Joseph had taken the body, he wrapped it in a clean linen cloth. And in verse 59, he took the body down from the cross and laid it, wrapped it in a clean linen cloth. And I also read chapter 28. That's in the book of Matthew. So now we're going to go to the book of Mark. Chapter 15. The book of Mark, chapter 15. Chapter 15, verse number 46. Verse number 46. He bought fine linen and took him down and wrapped him in a linen and laid him in a sepulchre which was hewn out of a rock and rolled a stone unto the door of the sepulchre. Jesus Christ died on the cross. and Joseph of Arimathea took the body down from the cross, cleaned the body, and wrapped Jesus Christ's body in a linen cloth, and placed his body in a sepulchre, and sealed the tomb. In chapter 16, we know that Jesus Christ rose from the dead. So the book of Luke, uh, the book of Luke, chapter 23, chapter 23, and in chapter 23, Joseph of Arimathea, Jesus Christ's disciple, he took the body down. He went to Pilate and asked for the body, and Pilate gave permission, and Joseph of Arimathea took Jesus Christ's body down from the cross and wrapped it in linen and laid it in a sepulchre that was hewn in stone. And after that, we know that Jesus Christ, the Son of God, rose from the dead. He was resurrected in chapter 24 in the book of Luke. Now, we go to the book of John. Starting in chapter 19. Chapter 19, and it says in verse number 40, also Nicodemus is mentioned in the book of John. Nicodemus, but it tells you that in the book of John in chapter 19, it tells you that Joseph of Arimathea went to Pilate, and Pilate gave permission for Joseph of Arimathea to take uh, Jesus' body down from the cross. And also Nicodemus is mentioned in the book of John, and it's verse number 40. Then took they the body of Jesus and wound it in linen cloths with the spices, as the manner of the Jews is to be. And also chapter 20 and chapter 21 we read. And like I said, we read this, and we also read uh, in the New Testament. In the Old Testament, the book of Genesis. The book of Genesis, chapter 6, about the flood, and about God destroying man for being wicked, and his thoughts were evil continually and being violent on the earth. Chapter 6 in the book of Genesis. And also chapter 7 and chapter 8. And individuals try to tell you that there's nothing wrong being in a gang and all this organized crime, being a criminal. Well, God in the Old Testament, in the book of Genesis, the flood story, Noah, his wife, his 3 sons, and his 3 sons' wife were the only people left. God destroyed all the people on the earth and all the creeping things. And as we read the story, and God gave instructions to Noah what to do. But the reason why God did it because man was evil and wicked and violent and was disobedient to God, being disobedient to God. And we go to the New Testament, to the book of Matthew. And we know that this is Jesus Christ's word. We know that the Old Testament, God is speaking. God is doing the talking in the Old Testament. In the New Testament, in the book of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, we know that Jesus Christ is doing the talking. And we refer to the Beatitudes, and Jesus Christ is teaching the multitude and his disciples. And starting at chapter 5 in the book of Matthew, starting at verse number 1, all the way to read the whole chapter, the Beatitudes, chapter 5, 6, and 7. And you can also go to the book of Luke, chapter 6, starting in verse number 1, chapter 6 of the book of Luke, starting in verse number 1. Now the Beatitudes in chapter 6 started at verse number 20, verse number 20 through verse number 49. So I encourage everyone to refer to the book, to the Beatitudes. And any person trying to tell you there's nothing wrong being in a gang and organized crime, they lying. They lying. Refer to God's word, and God will give you the guidance that you need. And because these people be lying, they lying. Now we know that communication in general is controversial, such as hand signs, colors, symbols. Like a circle, square, triangle. People tell you anything. They tell you it means this to them, and then somebody else it means something else. You understand? And people take a line, and then it means whatever you want it to mean to any and everybody on this planet. Just draw a line, and then it'll mean whatever you want it to mean. And communication in general is controversial. You understand? And so we're gonna read from we're gonna continue reading our African traditional religion. We're gonna read from West African traditional religion, written by Dr. Joseph Omasene Beleno and Dr. P. Adelumo Dupemo. But sorcery and witchcraft different from each other. They are different things because the former operates by making use of palpable magical apparatus, while the latter depends on psychic powers. They can be distinguished briefly as follows: A. Each is known by a different name or definite term. For example, in Yaru, witchcraft is AG, while sorcery is Oso or Ologan or Buru. B. Witches are usually women, while sorcerers are usually men. C. The sorcerer uses magical apparatus in order to achieve his end, but the witch uses no apparatus. She has an inherent psychic malevolent power. D. The sorcerer possesses his magical power through learning and apprenticeship, while the witch inherits the psychic power through food or by being born with it. C. The sorcerer is conscious of his action. He is deliberate in his action, and he works sorcery for specific reasons: envy, jealousy, anger, hatred, enmity, malice, or spite. But the witch may not be conscious of her action. She exercises her power automatically. F. Sorcerers do not usually have animal familiars when they send out their spirits through the animals to cause the havoc. But witches have animal and bird familiars through which they attend their meetings and prey on the souls of their victims. G. Witches have guilds while sorcerers have none, unless they belong to the association of medicine men and magicians. In this regard, they are not recognized as sorcerers but as medicine men and magicians. This leads us to the fact that many men of hidden supernatural power know how to work sorcery, but they never employ it. What we are suggesting is that the knowledge of bad magic is not sorcery. It is the actual practice of bad magic that is sorcery. Thus, a magician or medicine man who belongs to the association of his profession may have the knowledge of sorcery and use that knowledge to avenge himself of a wrong done or to achieve his selfish ends. In this case, he has become a sorcerer, but this may not revoke his designation as a man of hidden supernatural power. Indeed, people may still continue to approach him for good magic and medicine. H. A man may cease to be a sorcerer if he repents and works no evil magic again. He is only a sorcerer when he uses bad magic. But a witch is hard to cure of her witchcraft. Once a woman has possessed this psychic power, she finds it difficult, if not impossible, to free herself from it. I. Witches' activities are usually spiritual and connected with the soul, but the activities of sorcerers can be experienced physically. A man whose footprint has been used in sorcery may experience it in the form of elephantitis of the leg. The one who has been cursed with evil will experience it physically in insanity, and the one to whom a snake has been sent will experience it physically in the bite of the snake. J. The activities of witches are mainly in the night, whereas sorcerers can work both day and night. The witches have to sleep at night before their souls could travel out of their bodies, whereas the sorcerers sometimes have to keep vigil if any enemy is to be invoked and killed at night. K. Sorcerers do not eat their victims when dead, but witches are said to eat their victims through spirituality. L. A client can approach a sorcerer to buy destructive matter to kill his enemy. No client approaches a witch to do such a work. N. It is believed that some women can use witchcraft to protect their children or family, but sorcery is totally evil and destructive. N. Finally, sorcerers and witches are both agents of evil. They can be a cause of death, illness, misfortune, disease, unsuccessful harvest, barrenness, and all untoward happenings. Good magic is sought by all to counter the effect of sorcery and witchcraft. We can well conclude this chapter by citing an incantation employed by the Yaru to ward off the effect of witchcraft and sorcery. Akindudu, Oruko, T-A-P-I-P, Akatamabe, Oruko, T-A-P-I-Su, Igasoro, Soro, T-I-40-E, Boko, Oruko, T-I-P, Songo, Afi, Man, Ayi, Kakai, Kayi, Rabisi, K, Oroko, T-A-P, Sopono, C-B-Lai, Momokini, C, Only Bodi, Lono Oum, How You Want, Moki, Muli, Iwon, Muli, Omi, Oso Ali, Tonek, Bili, Parimi, Now You Want, Moli, Yawon, Moli Fomi, IGT, O, Peri, in Levi, Now You Want, Moli, Yawon, Moli Fomi. Akin Dudu is the name we call Afi. Akitamabe is the name we call Isu. Long pointed stick that kills and hunter from the farm is what we call Songo. He who has sparse hair on the chest and goes round last year's abandoned farm is what we call Sapono. It is he who rolls them on the ground that is the gatekeeper of heaven. He who rolls them on the ground for me. The sorcerers that wish me evil. He who rolls them on the ground, roll them on the ground for me. The witches that wish me evil. He who rolls them on the ground, roll them on the ground for me. Besides the use of incantations such as we have cited above, West Africans use charms and amulets to protect themselves against witches and witchcraft. They wear enchanted rings, necklaces, and girdles. They make incisions on their heads or joints and wrists and put black medicinal powder into such incision. They prepare a concoction to bathe and rub on herbal lotion, all in an attempt to ward off the attacks of these mysterious powers, otherwise known as sorcerers and witches. We just read from chapter 8, Mysterious Power, and we read from 8:2, Sorcery and Witchcraft. And we read from the book titled West African Traditional Religion, written by Dr. Joseph Omasane Malelu and Dr. P. Adelumo Bupemo. We're going to continue our read from the book titled African Traditional Religion, a definition written by Dr. E. Beloja Andogu. By the nature of things, it is inevitable that medicine and magic should intermingle in Africa. The reason may be stated as follows. A. In most places, the same divinity has both within his portfolio. We have already mentioned Osinyin among the Yoruba and Egwu among the Igbo. B. The same designation in the vernacular is often used to cover medicine and magic. For both the Nupe use the word CB, and the Yoruba use the word Ogun, and the Igbo the word Ogu, for example. C. Medicine is more often than not prescribed with the instruction that it must be used at stated times, compulsorily under certain conditions, accompanied with certain prescribed gestures which may be repetitive and with incantation, and from the point of view of the patient it is often difficult to know whether it is the actual medicine or the accompanying ceremonies or both together that effect a cure. D. There is no doubt that at times what is described as medicine is little more than sympathetic magic. For example, it is believed that a person who is timid or cowardly may be cured in this way. A stone is placed in the fire until it becomes very hot. Then it is placed in a basin of palm oil and left to cool. The patient then drinks the oil. It is believed that in this way his heart would be as strong as stone. Based on the same principle is such a practice as the washing away of sickness with medical soap in a stream, or the killing of a snake that bites a person, reducing it to powder by burning and grinding and giving the powder to the patient to drink in water or eat with porridge. Here, as in the case of magic and religion, magic appears to be the odd one out. African elders would declare that certain magical ceremonies with accompanying medicines are not essentially necessary, except in so far as they aid the mind of the patient and thus enable the mind to influence the body to respond favorably to treatment. Religion, on the other hand, is considered necessary to medicine, since the belief is that only the Maker can remake, repair the damage to mind and body, and affecting wholeness in man's being. We just read from chapter 5, the structure of African traditional religion. We read from number 5, the practice of magic and medicine. And we read from the book titled African Traditional Religion, definition read by Dr. E. Beloja Adowu. We're going to continue our reading. We're going to read from the book titled African Religions and Philosophy, written by Dr. John S. M.B. And we read from chapter 7, the worship of God. We read from A, sacrifices and offerings. The Bosway pygmies pray when there is sickness and before undertaking a journey or going to hunt, asking God to heal the sick, prosper the traveler, and give gain to the hunter. The bambooted pygmies also pray in difficulties, especially when there is a thunderstorm of which they are terrified. Prayer in the event of a thunderstorm goes like this: Grandfather, great Father, let matters go well with me, for I am going into the forest. Or if they are already in the forest when it arises, Father, thy children are afraid, and behold, we shall die. They burn incense at the same time, believe that God hears their prayer, stretches out his hand, and the storm flees away. They also pray before going to gather food and to hunt, so that God may help them find fruit or game. And barren women pray to him to bless them with children. It is reported that the Gaelic make frequent prayers and invocations to God. They pray in the morning and evening every day, asking him to protect them, their cattle, their crops, and their families. One such prayer says, O God, thou hast given me a good day. Give me a good night. Thou hast given me a good night. Give me a good day. Stop right there. We just read from 8, Sacrifice and Offering, from chapter 7, The Worship of God. And we read from the book titled African Religions and Philosophy, read by Dr. John S. M.B. We're going to continue our reading from the book titled Concepts of God in Africa, written by Dr. John S. M.B. And we're reading from part 4, God and Man. And we read from number 17, Worship, Prayers and Other Appeals to God. And we're reading Position and Prayer, and Praying, Position and Praying. A number of people's face a particular direction, and may use bodily gestures as well. The Nanda spit towards the rising sun. The Vugusu face eastwards, spit then face westwards, and spit again, saying their morning prayer. The Nua raised hands and eyes towards the sky or heavens. The Kagoro started praying and facing the south, and continued turning towards the other points of the compass. The Lozai bow down, look up, raise outstretched hands, and clap. In addition to kneeling and standing, the Kikuyu face Mount Kenya, and the Chaga face Mount Kilimanjaro. The Masango kiss their necklaces, laying them down on the ground in course of their praying. The Ganda look up towards the heaven when invoking God. We'll stop right there. And we just read from Position and Prayer and Praying. Number 17, Worship, Prayers, and Other Appeals to God. And we read from Powerful God and Man. And we read from the book titled Concepts of God in Africa, written by Dr. John S. and B. Before we go to our dictionary, and to continue with our emphasis and our focus on the word gang, gangster, mob, mobster, thug, goon, boss, and other criminals, other criminal words. We're gonna look at what the United States government does, and we always give thanks to God. We always thank God for all the blessings and guidance that He bestows upon us, and we always thank God for blessing and guiding the United States government as well as other governments around the world for making us safe from crime, organized crime, and gangs. We thank God for all the men and women serving in the United States Armed Forces around the world, them and their families in our thoughts and prayer. All the men and women working in law enforcement, them and their families in our thoughts and prayer. All our elected officials, public servants, all the men and women working in federal, state, local government, them and their families in our thoughts and prayers. And we don't never have this impression in our mind that the United States government doesn't do anything about crime, organized crime, or gangs, and drugs. Just don't do anything, period. Well, the United States government passed a law in 1970, the Organized Crime Control Act of 1970. And, okay. And Title 9 of the Organized Crime Control Act of 1970, the Racketeer, Influence, and Corrupt Organization Act or the RICO Act. Now, the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organization Act, commonly referred to as the RICO Act, or simply RICO, is a United States federal law that provides for extended criminal penalties and a civil cause of action for acts performed as part of an ongoing criminal organization. The RICO Act focuses specifically on racketeering, and it allows the leaders is anti-gang, and it allows the leaders of a syndicate to be tried for the crimes which they order others to do or assisted them in doing, closing a perceived loophole that allowed a person who instructed someone else to, for example, murder, to be exempt from the trial because he did not actually commit the crime personally. So we know that the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organization Act is anti-gang. Now, the Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Act of 1974, it established the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention, and there's some plus related legislation. The Comprehensive Anti-Gang Initiative, the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention, and Comprehensive Gang Model, the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention. You can go to youth.gov and you can be informed about the Comprehensive Gang Model. The Bureau of Justice Assistance, the Office of Justice Programs, and the United States Department of Justice. Excuse me. The Office of Justice Program, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, the United States Department of Justice, the Comprehensive Anti-Gang Initiative, and Project Safe Neighborhoods. The United States Department of Justice, the Office of Community-Oriented Policing Services, Comprehensive Anti-Gang Initiative, the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention, the United States Department of Justice, the Office of Justice Programs, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, the International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs, the United States Department of State, the Institute for Intergovernmental Affairs, Gang Resistance Education and Training, the GREAT Program, the United States Department of Justice, the Office of Justice Programs, the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention. In October 2009, the National Youth Gang Center, which had been funded by the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention since 1995, merged with the National Gang Center, which had been funded by the Bureau of Justice Assistance since 2003. The National Gang Center, the compilation of state laws against gangs. This, you can refer to the National Gang Center website, and on that website you will find all 50 states of the United States of America, and you'll see the laws that each state is enacting against gangs. Excuse me. Gang prevention and overview of research and program. Mr. James C. Howard, the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention. The United States Department of Justice, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention, the National Gang Center Bulletin, and it's titled History of Street Gangs in the United States. And we have referred to the National Gang Center Bulletin, and I know we was reading, there are many books that are referred to in that bulletin, and we have referred to 3 of those books. The first book we refer to is two volumes of that book. Gotta write down. history of crime in England, illustrating the changes of the laws and the progress of civilization. And the author of volume 1 and 2, Luke Owen Pike. And the second book we refer to is titled Hooligan, A History of Respectable Fear, written by Jeffrey Pearson. And he spelled the name Geollfrey Pearson. And the third book we refer to titled Low Life, Lures and Snares of Old New York. And the author of that book spells his name L-U-C, that's his first name, and last name spelled S-A-N-T-E. And also, you can refer to Wikipedia, and the same information that you find in the history of street gangs in the United States. You can refer to Wikipedia, and you can go to title Gangs in the United States. Gangs in the United States. The United States Department of Justice, the Offices of the United States Attorney Manual, 1457, Criminal Street Gang Statute 18, United States Code 521. The United States Department of Justice, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the National Gang Intelligence Center, the United States Department of Justice, Organized Crime and Gang Section, and other federal, state, and local agencies. The United States Department of Justice, the Office of Justice Program, the National Institute of Justice, Anti-Gang Strategies, Prevention, Intervention, Assessment, and Suppression. The United States Department of Justice, the Office of Justice Program, the National Institute of Justice, the United States Department of Health and Human Services, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the National Center for Injury Prevention and Control, Changing Course, Preventing Gang Membership, and also striving to reduce youth violence everywhere. The United States Department of Justice, the United States Department of Education, the United States Department of Health and Human Services, the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, the United States Department of Labor, and the White House Office of National Drug Control Policy, the National Forum on Youth Violence Prevention. You can go to youth.gov and be informed about the National Forum on Youth Violence Prevention. The United States Department of Justice, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, the National Crime Prevention Council, keeping kids out of gangs, and also anti-hazing. You can refer to lawyers.com and you can be informed about anti-hazing. Now I do have Merriam-Webster Dictionary, Merriam-Webster Dictionary. I do have a Merriam-Webster Thesaurus. Now we're in the process of doing that. We refer to put our emphasis and focus on the word gang, gangster, mob, monster, thug, goon, mob, and We know that gangs is wrong. One of the main reasons why gangs are wrong, coercion. Coercion. Excuse my handwriting. Um, go to we on my previous video, we went to uslegal.com. Went to uslegal.com, so I refer everyone to refer to uslegal.com and get the definition of coercion, coerce, sexual coercion, psychological coercion, psychological manipulation, psychological abuse. Refer to uslegal.com. Go to uslegal.com and inform yourself on coercion, coerce, sexual coercion, psychological coercion, psychological manipulation, psychological abuse. Valid argument, invalid argument, deductive argument, and inductive argument. Conductive argument and abductive argument. Sound argument and unsound argument. The feasible argument, transitional argument, and transcendental argument. Rogerian, Tolman, and classical argument. Aristotelian or adversarial argument. Rogerian or consensus building argument. Practical argument. Premise, conclusion, reference, and research. Okay, excuse me. I was getting all the dictionaries. Excuse me. I was getting all the dictionaries that we've been using. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary and Thesaurus, dictionaryandthesaurus.com, Cambridge University English Dictionary, Cambridge University, Oxford University, Dictionary and Thesaurus. That's Oxford University. Both Cambridge University and Oxford University in the United Kingdom. Excuse me. And the Collins English Dictionary, and also Macmillan Dictionary and Thesaurus. So we're going to start at Merriam-Webster with argument. Now, argument is a noun. Get the pronunciation. Argument is a noun. Okay, the definition of argument, number one, A, the act or process of arguing, reasoning, or discussing. B, a coherent series of reasons, statements, or facts intended to support or establish a point of view. A defense attorney's closing argument. Okay. C, an angry quarrel or disagreement, having an argument over money or about money. Okay. Number two, A reason given for or against a matter under discussion. B, a form of rhetorical expression intended to convince or persuade. Number three, an abstract. C, number two, abstract one or summary expression of a literary work. Number four, the subject matter expression of a literary work. Number five, A, mathematics. One of the independent variables upon whose value that of a function depends. B, grammar, a substantive such as direct object of a transitive verb that is required by a predicate in grammar. C, mathematics, amplitude. 6, obsolete and outward signs. Okay, related to argument. Now we have examples of argument in this sentence. Okay, the order and etymology of argument. Let me click over it right quick. Linguistics. You go to Wikipedia right quick. Linguistics. Click over to Wikipedia right quick. Linguistics is the scientific study of language and involves an analysis of language form, language meaning, and language and context. The earliest activities in the documentation and description of language have been attributed to the 4th century BCE Indian grammarian Panini, who wrote a formal description. Who wrote a formal description of the Sanskrit language in his Estadayali. Okay, when it comes to linguistics, you have theoretical, you have descriptive, you have applied and experimental linguistics. And etymology comes up under descriptive. So let's click over to etymology. Okay, etymology is the study of the history of words, their origin and how their form and meaning have changed over time. By extension, the term, the etymology of a word means the origin of the particular word. Okay, let's get back over here. Now, the origin and etymology of argument, Middle English from Anglo-French, from Latin argumentum, from argue. First known use 14th century. You have argument synonyms. You have an argument defined for English language learners is a noun. You have argument defined for kids. Okay, you have the law dictionary. Argument is a noun. Legal definition of argument: number one, a reason or the reason given for or against a matter under discussion. Compare evidence of proof. Number two, the act or process of arguing, reasoning, or discussing, especially oral argument. All right, now let's click over here to the Merriam-Webster thesaurus. Argument is a noun. See, it's very important. When you say argument, or as you say any word, if it's a noun, the synonyms, the antonyms, and the related words will be for a noun. If the word is a noun, then the synonyms, the antonyms, and the related words will be for that word as a noun. The word is a verb. You'll have synonyms and antonyms and related words for that word as a verb, because we know that there's some words that can be just like game. It can be a noun and it can be a verb. You're going to have synonyms and antonyms and related words for the word game as a noun. You're going to have synonyms and antonyms, and you have related words for the word game as a verb. Pay attention to that. It's very important. Pay attention. Pay close attention to that. Now, argument is a noun. You have synonyms and antonyms of argument, and you also have related words. All right. Now let's click over here to dictionary.com. Argument. Now we have argument. Let's get pronunciation.
Argument.
Argument. Yeah, it's a noun. Number one, an oral disagreement, verbal opposition, contention, altercation. Number two, a discussion involving different points of view, debate. Number three, a process of reasoning, series of reasoning. Number four, a statement, reason, or fact for or against a point. Number five, an address or conversation intended to convince or persuasive discourse. Number six, subject matter theme. Number seven, abstract or summary of the major points in a work of prose or poetry or a section of such a work. Okay, number eight, mathematics. A, an independent variable of a function. B, also called amplitude, the angle made by a given vector with a reference axis. C, the angle corresponding to a point representing a given complex number in polar coordinates. Compare principal argument. Number nine, computers, a variable in a program to which a value will be assigned when the program is run, often given in parentheses following a function name and used to calculate the function. Number 10, obsolete. A, evidential proof. B, a matter of contention. The origin of argument. Old French, Middle English, Latin. 1325, 1375. Middle English, Old French, Latin argument. Related form. We have synonym study. Okay, we have example from the web for argument. You have the British Dictionary definition for argument. It's a noun. Number one, a quarrel, altercation. Number two, a discussion in which reasons are put forward in support of and against a proposition, proposal, or case. Debate, the argument on birth control and that. Okay. Now, up under that, you see where it says Collins English Dictionary, complete and unabridged, 2012 digital edition. That's what they referring to. Okay, you have word origin and history for argument. Further for this statement of reason. Okay. Idioms and phrases with argument. Let's go over to thesaurus.com. Let's get the pronunciation.
Argument.
Argument. Now you have synonyms for argument. You have antonyms for argument. And you also have words related to argument. Now over here to your right. Word origin and history. Argument. Late 14th century statements and readings for proposition. Okay. Now you also have over here to your right. Example sentences for argument. Pay attention to those sentences. Because when we get to gang and mob, when we get to gang and gangster, mob and mobster, and we talk about words being a noun and a verb, and also the word gang can be an adjective. Can be an adjective. Gang. You pay attention to everything. When you see them example sentences, you use gang and mob and gangster and mobster, thug, goon, and boss. Them example sentences. Pay attention because see, boss, if I ain't mistaken, it can be a noun, a verb, and then you have different type of verbs. You have transitive verb, intransitive verb, verb with object, verb without object. You have to pay attention to everything. See, this is serious. This is serious. See, this is the reason why we was talking about on our previous bit. You don't know how to speak English. You don't speak English. See, when you speak, a lot of people, just like here in America, they use profanity. That's how they speak. That's how they speak in African American community. A lot of European American, English American, same thing. They use profanity. People don't speak complete English. They'll use some words. I don't leave myself out. But we know that with this game situation, speak complete English. Speak English. Noun, verb. Speak English. Adjective. Okay. Now let's go over to the Cambridge University English dictionary. Go to Cambridge University Dictionary, English Dictionary. Now we know that Cambridge University has a press dictionary. Go to the Cambridge Dictionary, English Dictionary. Okay, and then when you'll see the meaning of argument in the English dictionary, you see British and American. So let's British. Let's click over American right quick. Okay, click on British. All right, we'll do the British. Argument in British English. Okay, we need to get the pronunciation. We have UK. Argument is a noun. We have the UK and the US pronunciation. Start with UK first.
Argument.
Argument. Now US.
Argument.
Argument. Okay, argument is a noun. A disagreement. A disagreement or the process of disagreeing. Now you see some sentences. The children had an argument about what game to play. He got into an argument with Chef in the pub last night. A decision was found mad, so okay. Then you have some more example sentences. Then you have the thesaurus, synonyms and related words. You see that arguments and disagreement. You see the synonyms and related words. Then you have argument for a reason. A reason or reason why you support or oppose an idea or suggestion or the process of explaining these reasons. Then you have sentences. Then you have some more example sentences. Okay, then you can also translate argument. You can also translate argument. Arabic, Korean, Portuguese, Catalan, Japanese, Chinese, simplified, and so on. So Turkish, Russian, Chinese, traditional, Italian, and Polish. Okay, and possibly some more languages. Okay, and then, like I said, when you're on the Cambridge Dictionary, Universal Dictionary, you can click British and American, but time won't give us, we did the British. So let's click over to Oxford University Dictionary, thesaurus, arguments. Okay. The definition of argument in English, to get the pronunciation.
Argument.
Argument. It's a noun, number one, an exchange of diversion or opposing or opposite views, typically a heated or angry one. Okay, you have some sentences, and it also gives you more examples, and then you have some synonyms. Number two, a reason or set of reasons given in support of an idea, action, or theory. Okay, then you have some sentences and some synonyms. Number three, mathematics, logic, an independent variable, social reason, functional proposition, and determine its value. For example, in the expression y equals f, parentheses x1, x2, the arguments of the function f are x, y, and the x2 and the value y. Then you have some example sentences. 3.1, another term for amplitude, sense form. Number four, linguistics, any other noun phrases in a clause that are related directly to the verb, typically the subject, direct object, and indirect object. Then you have example sentences. Number five, archaic, a summary of the subject matter of a book. Okay, you have synonyms. Okay, then you have some phrases for the sake of argument. The origin, Middle English in the sense, process of reading via Old French, from Latin argumentum, from argue, make clear, proof, accuse. Okay. Then you also have pronunciation.
Argument.
Argument. Okay. Now click over to Collins Dictionary. Collins English Dictionary. Argument. Okay, definition of argument. Let's get the pronunciation.
Argument.
Argument. Okay, you have word form, plural, arguments.
Arguments.
Number one, variable noun. An argument is a statement or set of statements that you use in order to try to convince people that your opinion about something is correct. Then you have some sentences. You also have some synonyms. Then you have more synonyms of argument. Number two, variable noun. An argument is a discussion or debate in which a number of people put forth different or opposing opinions. You have some sentences. Okay, you have synonyms, and you have more synonyms of argument. Number three, countable noun. An argument is a conversation in which people disagree with each other angrily or noisily. Okay, then you have a sentence. Number four, uncountable noun. If you accept something about argument, you do not question it or disagree with it. You have some sentences. Number five, see also counter argument. You have more synonyms of argument. Okay, you have argument.
Argument.
As a noun. Okay, you notice that, right? When you're on the college, you see argument, you see variable noun. Then scroll down to argument again, you see noun. See, this is what we about to pay attention to everything that you see. And then they have sentences. You have to pay attention to everything that you see in front of you. Go from top to bottom. Argument is a noun. Number one, a quarrel, altercation. Number two, a discussion in which reasons are put forward in support of and against a proposition, proposal, case, or debate. Then you see a sentence. See, pay attention. Pay attention. Number three, sometimes plural, a point or series of reasons presented to support or oppose a proposition. Number four, a summary of the plot a subject. Every book. Number 5, logic. A, the process of deductive or inductive reasoning that purports to show its conclusion to be true. B, formulates a sequence of statements, one of which is the conclusion and the remaining the premises. Logic, an obsolete name for the middle term of a syllogism. Number 7, mathematics. A, an element to which an operation, function, predicate, etc. applies special independent variable function. B, the amplitude of a complex number. Argument in American English.
Argument.
Argument. It's a noun. Number 1, archaic proof or evidence. Number 2, a reason or reason offered for or against something. Number 3, the offering of such reasoning for a discussion in which there is disagreement, dispute, debate. Number 5, a short statement of subject matter or a brief synopsis of a plot. Summary. Number 6, obsolete, a topic thing. Number 7, ancient mathematics, independent variable. Synonym, no, okay. Word origin of argument. Middle English, Old French, Latin, Old French. Argumentum, evidence, proof, argue. Example sentences. Example sentence containing argument. We have many sentences. Example sentence, quotation. Trends of argument. Now, you know the little drop down box. View usage over. Since existence of 1708 for use, okay. Then you have translations for argument. Useful links, okay. Now let's go over to Macmillan Dictionary. We're on Macmillan Dictionary, argument. Let's get the pronunciation.
Argument.
Argument. Number 1, countable. An angry disagreement between people, a heated argument. Extremely angry disagreement without an argument. Okay? Have an argument with someone. Then you see a sentence. Get into an argument with someone. Argument about over. Okay? Then you see arguments and argument, synonyms and related words. Then you also have explore thesaurus. A discussion or debate between people with different views, opinions, etc. Win, lose, an argument. Argument about over. Okay, you have some sentences. Then you see explore thesaurus. Number 2, countable, uncountable. A reason or set of reasons that you use for persuade other people to support your views, opinions, etc. Argument for or against. Okay. You see explore thesaurus. Metaphor argument. The argument is like a fight or war with people attacking each other's opinions and feeling at home. Alright. Now let's go back over here to Merriam-Webster. Argue. Now argue is a verb. Argue is a verb. Get the pronunciation.
Argue.
Argue. The definition of argue. Intransitive verb. Intransitive verb. Number 1, to give a reason for or against something. Reason. Number 2, to contend or disagree in words. Dispute. Transitive verb. Number 1, to give evidence of, indicate. Number 2, to consider the pros and cons of, discuss. Number 3, to prove or try to prove by giving reason, maintain. Number 4, to persuade by giving reason, induce. Then you see arguer. You see right up under number 4, you see arguer. It's a noun.
Arguer.
Arguer. It's a noun. Then you have some examples of argue in a sentence. The origin and etymology of argue. Middle English from Anglo-French argue, to reprove, argue, and Latin argue. To demonstrate, prove, Anglo-French. From Latin argutere, okay. First known use 14th century. Argue, synonyms. Synonym discussion are phrases related to argue. Argue defined for English language learners. It's a verb. Argue defined for kids, the verb. The law dictionary, argue, verb. Legal definition of argue. Intransitive verb, number 1. To give reasons for or against a matter in dispute. Number 2, to present a case in court. Transitive verb, number 1. A, to give a reason for or against. B, to prove or try to prove by giving reason or evidence. Number 2, to present in court. Now you see it right there, you see it up under arguable. It's an adjective. Look right up under number, we just read number 2, to present in court. And then you see lawyers in court filing briefs or arguing appeals. And then you see arguable, adjective. Now let's click over here to Merriam-Webster thesaurus. Argue is a verb. You have synonyms and antonyms of argue. And you also have words related to argue. I click over to dictionary.com. Argue. Let's get the pronunciation.
Argue.
Argue. Okay. Now pay attention. Verb used without object. Number 1, to present reason for or against a thing. Then you have a sentence of number 2, to contend or disagree with dispute. Verb used with object. Pay attention. Number 3, to state the reason for or against. Number 4, to maintain a reasoning. Number 5, to persuade, drive, etc. by reasoning. Number 6, to show, prove, imply, indicate. The origin of argue. Old French, Middle English, Latin, 1275, 1325. (1275 to 1325), Middle English, Anglo-French, Old French, argue, Latin, argutere. Frequentative of argue, to prove, assert, accuse. Related forms, synonym study. Examples from the web for argue. Okay. British dictionary definition for argue. Number 1 is a verb. Intransitive. To quarrel, wrangle. They were always arguing too, okay? It's a sentence. Number 2, intransitive. Often for, by, for, or against. To present supporting or opposing reasons or cases in dispute, okay? Click the little button here. Okay, number 3, transitive, may take a clause as object. Number 4, transitive, often passive. Number 5, transitive, to persuade. Number 6, transitive, to give evidence of, suggest. Derived forms, arguer, noun, word origin. From Old French, argue, to assert, charge with. From Latin, argue, to make clear. Okay, word origin and history for argue. Alright, now let's go over here to Cambridge. Cambridge University Dictionary. Now, as you can see, when you go on Cambridge University English Dictionary, you have British and American. We're going to use the British. Let's get the pronunciation. Argue is a verb. Let's get the UK pronunciation first.
Argue.
Argue. Let's get the US pronunciation.
Argue.
Argue. Okay, argue is a verb. Disagree. To speak angrily to someone, telling that person that you disagree with them. Then you have some sentences. Then you have more example sentences. You got thesaurus and synonyms of related words. Argue is a verb. Give reasons. To give a reason for your opinion, idea, belief, etc. Then you have some sentences. Then you have more example sentences. Then you have the thesaurus, synonyms of related words. Argue is a verb. To show that something is true or exists. Then you have your thesaurus, synonyms, and related words. You got idioms, argue to toss. Then you also translation of argue in various languages, you know what I'm saying? Such as Spanish, Korean, Arabic, Malaysian, Russian, traditional Chinese, and so on and so forth. And let's click over here to Oxford University. Argue. Now, let's get the pronunciation.
Okay.
Argue. Argue is a verb. Number one, important verb. Give reason or cite evidence in support of an idea, action, or theory, typically with the aim of persuading others to share one's view. Then you have with clause. Sociologists argue that inequalities in industrial society are being reduced. No object can argue for extra reason. With direct speech that stands to reason, she argued. Okay, you have more example sentences and synonyms. 1 plus 1. Argue someone into, out of. With object. Persuade someone to do or not to do something by giving reasons. And you have more example sentences and synonyms. Okay, number 2, no object. Exchange or express diversion or opposite views, typically in a heated or angry way. You have more example sentences and synonyms. Phrases. Argue to toss. Informal. Disputed decision or choice already made. Origin. Middle English from Old French. Argue. From Latin, argutari. Pattern. Okay. Then we have the pronunciation. Argue.
Okay.
Argue. Okay. And let's go over to colleges. Let's get the pronunciation.
Okay.
Okay, word form, third person singular present tense, argues.
Argues.
Present present participle, present participle, arguing.
Arguing.
Past tense, past participle, argue.
Argued.
Okay. Number 1, verb. If one person argues with another, they speak angrily to each other about something that they disagree about. You can also say that two people argue. Okay. More synonyms of argue. You have synonyms and more synonyms of argue. And you have some example sentences right there. Verb. Number 2, verb. If you tell someone not to argue with you, you want them to do or believe what you say without protest or disagreement. You have some sentences. Number 3, verb. If you argue with someone about something, you discuss it with them, with each of you giving your different opinions. You have some sentences. You have synonyms and more synonyms. Number 4, verb. If you argue that something is true, you state it and give the reason why you think it is true. Okay, you have sentences, you have synonyms, you have more synonyms of argue. Number 5, verb. If you argue for something, You say why you agree with it in order to persuade people that it is right. If you argue against something, you say why you disagree with it in order to persuade people that it is wrong. Okay, number 6, verb. If you argue, you support your opinions with evidence in an ordered or logical way. Number 7, verb. If you say that no one can argue with a particular fact or opinion, you are emphasizing that it is obviously true, and so everyone must accept it. Number 8, to argue, to toss phrasal verbs, argue out. You have more synonyms of argue than you have argue.
argue,
Argue. Number 1, intransitive, to quarrel, wrangle. Number 2, often followed by for or against, to present supporting or opposing reason or cases in dispute. Reason. Number 3, to try to prove by presenting reason, maintain. Number 4, often passive, to debate or discuss. Okay. Number 5, transitive, to persuade. Number 6, transitive, to give evidence of, suggest, derived form, argue, noun, word origin of argue, from Old French argue, to assert, charge with, from Latin argument, to make clear. Okay, argue in American English.
Argue.
Argue. Verb intransitive. Number 1, to give reason for or against a proposed proposition. Number 2, to have a disagreement, quarrel, dispute. Verb transitive. Number 3, to give reason for or against. Discuss, debate. Number 4, to try to prove by giving reason, maintain, continue. Number 5, to give evidence of, seem, to prove, indicate. Number 6, to persuade into or out of an opinion, etc. by giving reasons. Derived form, argument, noun, word origin of argument. Example sentences contain argue. Trends of argue. Translation for argue. Okay, let's go back over here to Macmillan. Okay, argue is a verb. Let's get the pronunciation.
argue,
Argue. Number 1, intransitive. If people argue, they speak to each other in an angry way because they disagree. Then you see a sentence. Argue with, don't argue with me. Okay. Argue about, over. Okay. Okay. Thesaurus. You see, explore thesaurus. Okay. A, intransitive, transitive. To discuss something with someone who has a different opinion from you. Explore thesaurus. Okay. We have sentences. Number 2, intransitive, transitive. To give a reason why you believe that something is right or true. You have sentences. Argue for or against. Argue that. Explore thesaurus. Okay. What I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna end part 1. I'm gonna end part 1 of my Periscope. I'm gonna start part 2 of my Periscope. So excuse me just for a moment. End part 2. End part 1. It's part two on my Periscope. It's part two. Okay. Now, okay, we just did argument and argue with a gang. Go to Merriam-Webster. Merriam-Webster Dictionary Thesaurus. Gang. Okay, we're on Merriam-Webster Dictionary Thesaurus.com. Gang. Dictionary. Verb. Pay attention. Pay attention to everything. Gang as a verb. Get pronunciation.
Gang.
Gang. It's a verb. The definition of gang in Scotland. Over there in the United Kingdom, the nation of Scotland. Intransitive verb. Go. It means go. It means go. Okay, related to gang. Okay, origin and etymology of gang. Middle English from Old English gang, akin to Lithuanian Zengtai, the stripe first known use before 12th century. Okay, pay attention. Gang number two is a noun. It's a noun. Definition of gang number one, a set of articles, an outfit, a gang of oars. Number two, a combination of similar implements or devices arranged for convenience to act together, a gang of saws. B, group, such as number one, a group of persons working together. Number two, a group of persons working to unlawful or antisocial ends, especially banned or antisocial adolescents. Number two, a group of persons having informal and usually close social relations, watching TV with the gang. Said you have to know how to speak English. You need to know how to speak English. Now see, gang number one was a verb. You can't join a verb because a verb shows action. See, that's over in Scotland. See, the things that you do here in America, you use in Scotland, walking around with talking about your hat turned to the left or the right, talking about some red and blue and green and white and black, gold, silver, all them colors and all that tattoos, 5-point stars, 6-point stars, all that. You over in Scotland, you would be definitely out of place because the words in Scotland mean go. How you gonna be a gangster in Scotland? Huh? How you gonna be in a gang in Scotland? You can't be in no gang in Scotland because the word means go. And when you see gang as a noun, it means a gang of saws, a gang of oars, and so on and so forth. So we really don't know. We don't see if you don't know how to speak English, you just throw the word out there. Nobody knows what you really mean. You have to use the word in a sentence. And then when people hear you use the word gang in a sentence, Then we determine what it is you're saying or trying to say. Okay, that's a noun. Okay, you have examples of gang in the sentence. Okay, in the first sentence it said a gang of drug dealers. He is in a gang. See that? He was shot by a member of a rival gang. The gang at the office. Origin and etymology, gang, Middle English, walking, journey, from Old English, king to Old English, gang, gang. First known you 14th century, we got gang synonym. Here we go again. Gang as a verb. Here we go again. Gang as a verb. See, pay attention. This is what we want to get to right here. We was over in Scotland. Okay, but this the verb. This the gang is a verb. Definition of gang. Transitive verb. Number 1, A, to assemble or operate simultaneously as a group. B, to arrange in or produce as a gang. Number 2, to attack in a gang. Hoodlums ganged him and took his money. Intransitive verb, to move or act as a gang. Origin and etymology, gang. See, gang number 2, first known use 1791. Gang defined for English language learners. Gang is a noun. Pay attention, man. You need to learn to speak English. You need to learn to speak English. Definition of gang for English language learners: a group of criminals, a group of young people who do illegal things together, who often fight against other gangs, a group of people who are friends and who do things together. Gang defined for kids is a noun. Law dictionary, gang is a noun. Legal definition: gang, group of persons associated for antisocial, often criminal purposes and activities. Now let's go over to Merriam-Webster. Thesaurus. Gang is a noun. Synonyms and antonyms of gang. You know what a synonym is? Just ask an honest question. Do you know what a synonym is? Synonyms are words. They spell different, sound different, but they have similar meaning. Antonym is a word that's opposite. It's opposite of the synonym or the word. Now, do everybody know what a homonym is? I'm going to give you an example. A simple example. I'm going to give you an example. The number 2. I got my little mark right here. I got my little mark. Okay. It's a paper. A homonym. A homonym. When you say two, when you speak English, when you say two, a homonym. A homonym is a word that have different meanings, but they sound the same. You understand? They spell different, but they sound the same. Two. Like the number 2, then you spell the number 2. Then you see 2, T-O. Then you see T-O-O, 2. That's a homonym. That's a homonym. And also B, just like saying B. And C. Also, when you say be, to like you be somewhere, like be somewhere, then you have a honeybee, bee, a honeybee, and also see. I can see with my eyes, and then the sea water. It's a hominid. Okay. Anyway, we talk about synonyms, antonyms. Okay. Merriam-Webster thesaurus, gang is a noun. We have synonyms and antonyms for gang, and we also have related word now. They don't have the antonyms, synonyms, and related words for gang as a verb on Merriam-Webster. They have gang as a noun. Okay. Now let's click over here to dictionary.com. Okay. I see. When we was over on dictionary.com and thesaurus.com, might have made a mistake. Might have not went to thesaurus.com. I think that's what I did.
Argue.
Argue. Synonym for argue. Antonym for argue, and words related to argue. Now you over here to your right, you have your word origin and history. And you also have example sentences for argue. Okay, now we're still on dictionary.com. Let's click back over to dictionary.com. Gang. Get the pronunciation.
Gang.
Gang. It's a noun. Number one, a group or band. Then you have sentences, or you have a sentence below. Number two, a group of youngsters or adolescents who associate closely, often exclusive for social reasons, especially a group engaged in delinquent behavior. Number three, a group of people with compatible tastes or mutual interests who gather together for social reasons. Okay. Number four, a group of persons working together, squad, shift. Number five, a group of persons associated for some criminal or other antisocial purpose. Number six, a set of tools, electronic components, or circuits, or a set of arranged to work together simultaneously. Number seven, a group of identical or related items. Verb used with object 8 to arrange in groups or sets, form into a gang. Number 9, to attack in the gang. Verb used without object. Number 10, to form or act as a gang. Okay. Verb phrase. Number 11, gang up on, in form of a number of persons to unite in opposition to a person combined against. Okay. The origin of gang, Middle English, Old English, 1300s, 1350, Middle English, Old English, gang, gone, manner, gone, way, passage. Okay. Synonyms. Gang number 2, verb used without object, chiefly Scottish and Northern England. Number 1, to walk or go, to walk or go. The origin, before 900, Middle English, gang, gang, Old English, gang, gang. Okay. And you have examples from the web for gang. You have British dictionary definition for gang. Gang number 1 is a noun. Number 1, a group of people who associate together or act as an organized body, especially for criminal or illegal purposes. Number 2, an organized group of workmen. Okay, click the little button. Number 3, a herd of buffaloes or elks or a pack of wild dogs, known for New Zealand. A group of shearers who travel to different shearing sheds, shearing class and baling wool. Number 5, a series of similar tools arranged to work simultaneously, parallel, be modifying gang site. Verb. Number 6, to form and to become part of or act as a gang. Number 7, transit, electronics, to mount, two or more components such as variable capacitor on the same shaft may take balance. Okay. You have derived forms, gained, adjective, adjective. Pay attention, pay attention. Word origin, Old English, game, journey. Related to Old Norse, gamer. Old High German, game. Sanskrit, Jane, ha, foot. Okay. Game number 2. Verb number 1, Scottish, to go. Word origin, Old English, game, game. To go, 1. Game number 3. Noun, a variant spelling of game, you. Word origin, history for game. From Old English, game, and going, journey, way past. Old Norse, gamer. Saxon, Old Frisian, Danish, Dutch, Old Hydra, okay. You have slang definitions and phrases for game. Game related term, okay. Black game, okay. Idioms and phrases with game. Right, game, okay. Now, click thesaurus.com. Get the pronunciation.
Game.
Game. Yeah, synonym for game. Yeah, antonym for game. Yeah, words related to game. Now over here to your right, word origin and history. Game, Old English, calling, going, journey, way, passing, Old Norse, gamer. Okay. Now we're going to let's see which one. This had been a standard nautical speech to mean a common workman. In about 63rd, the word was being used with disapproving overtone and for any man or person traveling. Okay. Gangway, preserve the original sense of the word. It does gang plank. 1846 American English replaced an earlier gang board. Okay, the gang up on. You have now. You have example sentences for gang. There were 3 in the gang, and they got him in a radio paper, which was stolen from our life, from our file screen. I'm going to tell you a comical tale about a gang of blackmailers. Okay. Yeah, hey, to gang, Ben Goodman said she and speak to okay, for one thing, I am going to work to undo some of the mischief which the gang had wrong. Okay. Okay, click expand, some more sentences. Okay, let's go over to Cambridge University. Gang. And we're gonna use the British. We're gonna use British English. Gang is a noun. Singular plural verb. Okay, gang is a noun. Let's get the UK.
Gang.
Gang. US.
Game.
Gang. Okay, a group of young people, especially young men who spend time together often fighting with other groups and behaving badly. Okay, there's a little sentence up on that. A group of criminals who work together. Okay, a group of friends. Okay, we have more example sentences. Okay, you have thesaurus and synonyms and related words. Okay, now you have translation of gang. Korean, Arabic, Malaysian. Okay, so on and so forth. Now let's click over to Oxford. Okay, gang number 1. We get pronunciation.
Gang.
Gang number 1 is a noun. An organized group of criminals. Okay, we see a sentence and more example sentence. One group of young people involved in petty crime and violence. More example sentence. One number 2. 1-2 script and form. A group of people, especially young people who regularly associate together. Now they have example sentences and synonyms. 1-3, an organized group of people doing manual work. Number 2, a set of switches, sockets, or other electrical or mechanical devices grouped together. verb. Pay attention. See, so pay attention. See, that was a noun. Now you got gang as a verb. Number one, gang up. No object. Of a number of people form a group or gang. One dash one, gang up, join together in order to intimidate or oppose someone. Okay, number two, with object. Arrange electrical devices or machines together to work in coordination. The origin Old English from Old Norse ganger, ganger. It's on, okay. Pronunciation. Okay. See, that's important too. See, you have to pay attention. The pronunciation is important. See, different time periods. And if it's a noun, it's a verb, you make sure that you know the pronunciation. How you know it still sound the same. It may be spelled the same, but you have to know the pronunciation. So see, pay attention to everything. Game number two is a verb, no object. Scottish, go, proceed. Game to your bed lights, okay. And see, and then did you pay attention to the sentence? Did you pay attention to the verb, no object, Scottish? We said go, proceed. Look at the sentence. Gang to your bed. Less. Gang to, like here in America we say go get in the bed. Get in your bed. If you in Scotland, gang to your bed. See, pay attention. Phrases, gang agony. Of it playing go wrong. Origin, Old English, gang of German origin, related to go, okay, gang. Now, let's go over to columns. Now, gang, word form, plural, third person, singular, present tense, gangs. Present participle, ganging. Past tense, past participle, gang. Okay, number one, countable noun. A gang is a group of people, especially young people, who go around together, often deliberately cause trouble. There are some sentences, synonyms, more synonyms. Number two, countable noun. A gang is a group of criminals who work together to commit crimes. Okay, sentences, synonyms, more synonyms. Number three, singular noun. The gang is a group of friends who frequently meet and form. Synonym, more synonym. Okay, number four, countable noun. A gang is a group of workers who do physical work together. Okay, a gang of laborers. Yeah, synonym, more synonym. Phrasal verb, gang up. Okay, gang number one. Okay, get the pronunciation, gang. It's a noun. Number one, a group of people who associate together or act as an organized body spent for criminal and legal purposes. Number two, an organized group of workers. Number three, a herd of buffalo or elks or a pack of wild dogs. Number four, New Zealand, a group of shearers who travel to different shearing sheds, shearing class in baling wood. Number five, a series of similar tools arranged to work simultaneously and parallel. B, as modified, a gang saw. Verb six, to form into, become part of, or act as a gang. Number seven, in translate electronics, to mount two or more components such as variable capacitors on the same shaft, permitting adjustment by a single controller. Derived form, ganged, is an adjective. The word origin of gang, Old English gang, journey, related to Old Norse gang, Old High German gang, Sanskrit. Okay. Gang number two. Gang is a verb, Scottish, to go. Gang number three. Gang is a noun. And various spelling of gang view. Gang number one in American English is a noun. And when a group of people associated together in some way specific. A group of workers directed by a foreman. B, an organized group of criminals. C, C, a squad of convicts in work. D, a group of youth from one neighborhood banded together for social reasons. Also considered a band of juvenile delinquents. Number 2, a set of light tool and machine components that set design or arranged to work together. Okay, 3, a very large number of personal things, verb, intransitive. Number 4, U.S. to form or be associated in a gang with up. Verb, transitive. 5, U.S. inform to attack as a gang. Number 6, us. To arrange in a gang or coordinate set. Okay, you got idioms, gang up on, word origin of gang. Middle English, a band of coming, okay. Gang in American English. Gang. Verb intransitive. Scottish, to go or work. Word origin of gang. Okay, we have example sentences containing gang. Pay attention to those sentences. Trans of gang. And translation for gang. Pay attention to those translations. See, when you translate, do they translate a noun or verb or an adjective? And see, in all them different countries, see, you don't know the grammar. So don't take it for granted like it automatically means a group of criminals. We don't know what the meaning is in all these different countries. So don't assume. Okay, let's go over here to Macmillan. Gang. Okay, let's get the pronunciation. Gang. It's a noun countable. Number 1, a group of young people who spend time together often cause trouble. Then you see some example sentences. Okay, and then you see exploit thesaurus. Number 2, a group of criminals working together. Okay. Then you see exploit thesaurus. Number 3, a group of workers who do physical work. Then you see exploit thesaurus. Number 4, inform a group of friends, especially young people. Okay, exploit thesaurus. Now let's go back over to Merriam-Webster. Gangster. Okay, gangster in the dictionary. The Merriam-Webster dictionary. Let's get the pronunciation.
Gangster.
Gangster. It's a noun. The definition of gangster, a member of a gang of criminals, a racketeer. Okay? You have examples of gangster in a sentence. The first known use of gangster in 1884, and you have gangster synonyms. Gangster defined for English language learners. It's a noun. Let's get the pronunciation on that.
Gangster.
Gangster. It's a noun. It's a definition of gangster for English language learner, a member of a group of violent criminals. Gangster defined for kids. Law dictionary. Gangster. It's a noun. Legal definition, a member of a gang of criminals. Thesaurus. Gangster is a noun. You got synonyms and antonyms of gangster. And you also have words related to gangster. Now let's go over here to dictionary.com. Let's get the pronunciation. Gangster.
Gangster.
Gangster. It's a noun. Number 1, a member of a gang of criminals, especially racketeer. Origin of gangster, 1895 and 1900. An Americanism dating back to 1895 Synonyms. Example from the web for gangster. British dictionary definition for gangster. It's a noun, number one, member of an organized gang of criminals, especially one who resorts to violence. Okay? Word origin history for gangster. As a noun, 1896 American English from gang in its criminal sense plus stir. Slang definition phrase for gangster. Gangster. Modifier. Okay? It's a noun, number one, member of a criminal gang. An organized crime figure, mobster, wise guy. Number two, a marijuana cigarette. Okay. Let's go over to thesaurus.com. Gangster. Let's get the pronunciation.
Gangster.
Gangster. You have synonyms for gangster. You have antonyms for gangster. You have words related to gangster. Okay? Now, gangster is a noun. Now, over here to your right, you have word origin and history. Gangster, 1896 American English from gang in its criminal sense. Okay? Now, you have an example citizen for gangster. Okay, let's go over here to Cambridge University. Gangster. Okay, now we use the British. When you be on Cambridge, British or American, we use the British, the English. British English. Gangster and British English. Okay, it's a noun. Gangster is a noun. Let's get the pronunciation. UK first.
Gangster.
Gangster. US.
Gangster.
Gangster. Okay. A member of an organized group of violent criminals. Then you have thesaurus, synonyms, and related words. Okay. And then you also have translations of gangster. Okay. Let's click over to Oxford. Oxford University. Okay, let's get the pronunciation.
Gangster.
Gangster. It's a noun, a member of a gang of violent criminals. Okay, and then you see a sentence. Gangster threatened to kill him if he did not cooperate in his death. Okay, as modified gangster move. Okay. Yes. Example sentence. A synonym. Then you have pronunciation. Gangster.
Gangster.
Gangster. Okay, let's go over to Collins English Dictionary. Gangster. Okay, definition of gangster. Let's get the pronunciation.
Gangster.
Gangster. Word form plural.
Gangsters.
Gangsters. Okay, countable noun. A gangster is a member of an organized group of violent criminals. Synonyms. And you have more synonyms of gangster.
Gangster.
Gangster. And now a member of an organized gang of criminals, especially who resorts to violence. Gangster in American English.
Gangster.
Gangster. U.S. noun, a member of a gang of criminals. Derived forms, gangsterism is a noun. Word origin of gangster. See stir. We're going to go through gangster first, then we're going to come back to the stir. Okay, example sentences containing gangster. Okay, example sentences. Then we have trends of gangster. The translation for gangster. Let's look at one of them. Since we're talking about English and German, okay, let's get the pronunciation on this. German for gangster. Gangster.
Verbrecher,
Verbrecher. Let's get that again. Let's say that again.
Verbrecher,
Verbrecher. Say it again.
Verbrecher,
Verbrecher. 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 Okay. Okay, let's go back up here to the stir. Okay, there it is. Okay, stir is a suffix. You know, suffix, prefix, and suffix, prefix is at the beginning of prefix is at the beginning, and suffix at the end, just like when you say gang plus stir. Stir is the suffix. Okay, suffix forming nouns. Number one, indicating a person who is engaged in a certain activity. Okay. Number two, indicating the person associated with or being something specified. Okay. The word origin of stir, Old English, history. Stir in American English.
Stir. Stir.
Stir.
Stir.
Stir. Number one, a person who is, does, or creates something specified. Number two, a person associated with something specified. Word origin of stir, Middle English, Old English, history, original, suffix. Okay, let's go over here to Macmillan. Gangster. Okay, gangster. Let's get it's a noun, countable pronunciation.
Gangster,
Gangster. Okay. A member of an organized group of criminals. Exploit the Cyrus. Okay. Now, mob. Let's go back over to Merriam-Webster. Mob. Mob is a noun. Let's get the pronunciation.
mob,
Mob. Number one, definition of mob. Number one, a large or disorderly crowd, especially one bent on riotous or destructive action. Number two, the lower class of community mass around. Number three, chiefly Australian flock, drove or herd of animals. Number four, a criminal set, gang, especially often capitalized. Mafia. Number five, informing group of people, crowd. Okay, we have examples of mob in the sentence. Okay, the origin, etymology, mob, Latin, mobile, bogus, facilitating crowd, first known use. 1688, mob synonym, synonym discussion of mob. Okay, mob number two is a verb. Mob number two is a verb. Pay attention. Transitive verb number one, to crowd about and attack or ignore. Number two, to crowd into or around. Examples of mob in a sentence. See, pay attention to these sentences. You can scroll back up here. Now you had examples of mob in a sentence when mob was a noun. Let's scroll back down. Mob is a verb. You have examples of mob in a sentence. Pay attention to it. Pay attention. First known use of mob, 1696. Then you have mob synonyms. See, that's what I was telling you. See, that's what I was telling you. Look at the synonyms for mob as a noun. Let me scroll back up. Look at mob as a synonym. As a noun, script. Look at mob as a noun and look at the synonyms. And then scroll back down. Look at mob as a verb and look at the synonyms. You see that? See, pay attention. Pay attention. It's the same thing for game. Pay attention. Phrases related to mob. Mob defined for English language learning. Okay, definition of mob for English language learning. A large group or crowd of people who are angry or violent or difficult to control. A large number of people. The mob, a secret organized group of criminals. Okay. Mob number two is a verb. Definition of mob for English language learners. Of a group of people to move close to someone in an excited way, to crowd around someone in an aggressive, excited, or annoying way, to come together in a place with many other people. Okay. Mob defined for kids. Mob is a noun. Mob is a verb. Definition of mob for students. Okay. Now let's go to Merriam-Webster thesaurus. Mob is a noun. Mob is a noun. You have synonyms and antonyms of mob. And you have related words for mob as a noun. Then you have mob as a verb. Mob as a verb. You have synonyms and antonyms. For mob. And you also have related words. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. What's going on now? Pay attention. Because you'll be out here walking around saying stuff, and you'll be going around trying to throw hand signs and walking around with talking about a red shirt on and blue shirts, and got red and blue shoestrings and all this. You got your hat turned to the left and right. Pay attention. Pay attention. Okay, we over here on dictionary.com. Mob. Mob is a noun. Number one, a disorder, riotous crowd of people. Number two, a crowd bent on or engaged in lawless violence. Number three, in a group or collection of personal things. Number four, the common of people, the massive populace of multitude. Number five, a criminal gang, especially one involved in drug trafficking, extortion, etc. Number six, the mob, mafia. Number seven, sociality, group of persons stimulating one another to excitement and losing ordinary rational control over their activity. Okay. Number eight, a flock, herd, or drove of animals. The adjective. See, pay attention. See, you have to pay attention. Pay attention. Number nine is an adjective. Of, related to, or characteristic of a lawless, irrational, disorderly, or riotous crowd. Number 10 is an adjective, directed at or reflecting the lowest intellectual level of the common people. Verb used with object. Number 11, to crowd around noisily is from curiosity or hostility. Number 12, to attack in a riotous mob. Number 13, fox hunting to chop a fox. The origin of mob, number 1, Latin. 1680, 1690, short for Latin, mobile vocus, the movable, changeable, inconstant, common people. Okay. Mob number 2.
Mob
Mob.
or mob.
Mob or mob. So pay attention. Mob. But mob number 2, it can be either mob or mob.
Mob or mob.
Pay attention. Now, number 1, digital technology. Origin 1980 to 85, coined by British video game developer, okay? Mob, mother of the bride, okay? Example from the web for mob. British dictionary definition for mob. Mob. Noun. Number one, a riotous or disorderly crowd of people about big as modified. Mob, law, mob, okay? Number two, often derogatory. A group or class of people, animals, or things. Number three, Australia or New Zealand, flock of sheep or herd. A cattle specimen drove. Number four, often derogatory to masses. Number five, slang, a gang of criminals. Verb, transitive. Mobs, mob and mob. Number six, to attack in a group, assembling a mob. Number seven, to crowd, to surround a specimen or to reclaim. Number eight, to crowd into and build a place itself. Number nine, of a group of animals of a prey species to harass a predator, okay? Derived form, marvelous, noun, modish, adjective. Word origin, shortened from Latin, mobile bogus, or fickle populace, okay? Abbreviation for mob. The word origin, history for mob, okay? Slang definition, phrase for mob, okay? Now let's go over to thesaurus.com. Okay, let's get the pronunciation. Mob.
Mob.
Mob. Okay, it's a noun. Synonym for mob, noun. You have antonym for mob. You have words related to mob. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you right here your word origin and history. Mobile bogus. Okay? 1680s. Then you have example sentences for mob. Okay, let's go over to Cambridge. Okay, British, English. Okay, it's a noun, mob, a noun. Let's get the UK first. Pronunciation.
Mob.
Mob. US.
Mob.
Mob. Okay. Okay. Usually disapproving large angry crowd, especially one that could easily become violent. Okay, you have some sentences. Inform. A group of people who are friends or who are similar in some way. Okay. Inform. An organization of criminals. Okay. They have thesaurus and synonyms or related words. Okay. Then you have mob as a verb. Okay, let's get pronunciation. Get the UK pronunciation.
Mob.
Mob. US pronunciation.
Mob.
Okay. To come together around someone in the crowd to express admiration, interest, or anger. Okay. Or anger, excuse me. When birds and a small animal mob would be a more frightening bird or animal that is hunting them. They attack it together and force it to go away. Okay. Then you have the thesaurus, synonyms, or related word. Then you have translation. Okay, let's go over to Oxford. Okay, let's get the pronunciation. We're going to go Oxford University. Mob.
Mob.
Mob is a noun. Number one, a large crowd of people spreading one that disorder and intent on causing trouble or violence. Okay, you have an example, you have a sentence, then you have more example sentences and synonyms. 1.1, 1-1, 1.1. British inform a group of people in the same place or with something common. Okay, we have a sentence, we have more example sentences, synonym. 1.2, Australian Aboriginal extended family or community. Okay. We have sentences and more example sentences. Okay, but you have no synonym right there. We have no synonym on 1.2. Now 1.3, the mob, the ordinary people, the age, or fear. that the mob may organize to destroy the last vestige of civilized life. You have a example saying the synonym North America, the Mafia. But that's number two, North America, the Mafia, or a similar criminal organization. You have a sentence and more example saying but no synonym. Okay, number three, New Zealand, Australia, a flock or herd of animals and mob of cattle. Okay, you have more example sentences. You have verb with object. Okay, pay attention. Now it's a verb. See, at first, if a mob was a noun, now mob is a verb with object. Number one, crowd around someone or into a place in an unruly way. You have a sentence. You have more examples in the sentence. Okay, 1.1 of a group of birds or mammals surround and attack a predator or other source of threat or to drive it off. Okay, sentence and example sentence. Origin late 17th century abbreviation of archaic mobile, short for land mobile, bogus. Okay, so pronunciation.
Mob.
Mob. Okay, let's go over to Collins. Okay, let's get pronunciation.
Mob.
Mob. Okay, you have word for plural, third person singular, present tense pronunciation.
Mobs.
Mobs. Present participle mobbing.
Mobbing.
Mobbing. Past tense, past participle. Mob.
Mobbed.
Mobbed. Number one, count the noun. A mob is a large disorganized and often violent crowd of people. You have some sentences. You have synonym and most synonym of mob. Number two, singular noun. People sometimes use the mob to refer in a disapproving way to the majority of people in the country or places feeling when these people are behaving in a violent or uncontrolled way. Okay, you got sentences. You got synonyms, most synonym of mob. Number three, singular noun. You can refer to the people involved in organized crime as the mob. Informal. Okay, sentences, verb. If you say that someone being mobbed by a crowd of people, you mean that the people are trying to talk to them or get near them in an enthusiastic or threatening way. Okay, you got sentences, synonym, or synonym of mob. Okay,
Mob.
mob. So now, number one, a riotous or disorderly crowd of people. Rabble, B as a modifier, often derogatory, a group or class of people, animals or things. Number three, Australia and New Zealand. A flock of sheep or a herd of cattle, especially when droven. Number four, often derogatory, the masses. Number five, slang, a gang of criminals. Verb, word forms. Transitive, to attack in a group, resembling a mob. Number seven, to surround, especially in order to claim. Okay. Number eight, to crowd into a building plaza. Number nine, of a group of animals of a prey species to harass a predator. Okay, you have derived forms. Mobber, that's a noun. You have mobbish, that's an adjective. Okay, you have your word origin of mob, shortened from Latin mobile bogus, the fickle populace. Okay, abbreviation for mob. Mob in American English.
Mob.
Mob is a noun. Number one, a disorderly and lawless crowd rabble. Number two, any crowd. Number three, the massive collectively. Number four, informal. A gang of criminals. B, organized crime, specifically the mafia sense two. Mafia sense 2A. Verb transitive. Word forms mobbed or mobbing. Number five, to crowd around and attack. Number six, to crowd around and jostle, annoy, etc. as in curiosity or anger. Number seven, to fill with many people throng. Derived forms, mobbish, adjective, word origin of mob, mobile bogus, movable crowd. Okay. Example sentences. Transit mob, translate. Okay. The a translation for mob. Okay, let me look at something. Okay, now we got German mob. Then we have British English mob as a verb. Okay, see, this is really why you have to pay attention on translation. You have to watch some translation. Okay, now let's go over to Macmillan. Okay, so now count one. Just get pronunciation.
Mob.
Mob. Okay, you have many. Number one, large, noisy crowd. Number two, group of criminals. Number three, particular group of people. Number four, group of animals. Number five, lower class people. Number one, a large crowd of people that is dangerous or difficult to control can be followed by a singular or plural verb. Okay. Okay, you have synonyms of related words. You can explore thesaurus. Number two, the mob or the mob can form an organized group of criminals such as the mafia. Synonyms of related words. Okay, explore the thesaurus. A, only before noun belonging to or involving an organized group of criminals. Synonyms and related words. Explore thesaurus. Number three, inform a group of people who are connected in some way can be followed by a singular or plural verb. Synonyms and related words. Okay, explore thesaurus. Number four, Australia, a large group of animals. Synonyms and related words. Explore thesaurus. Number five, the mob, old-fashioned and insulting word for the people from a low social class. Okay, synonyms and related words. Then you can explore the thesaurus. Now let's go back over to Merriam-Webster. Mobster. Okay, mobster. Let's get the pronunciation.
Mobster.
Mobster. Mobster is a noun. Mobster is a noun. The definition of mobster, a member of a criminal gang. You have an example of mobster in the sentence. First known use of mob, 1917. First known use of mobster, 1917. Mobster. Synonyms. Okay, mobster is defined for English language learners. Okay,
Mobster.
mobster is a noun. The definition of mobster for English language learners: someone who is part of a secret organized group of criminals. A member of the mob. Okay. Excuse me. Now let's go over to Merriam-Webster thesaurus. Mobster is a noun. Mobster is a noun. Synonyms and antonyms of mobster and related words. Okay. Mobster. Okay. Now let's click over to dictionary.com for mobster. 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 Let's get the pronunciation.
Mobster.
Mobster. Mobster. Okay, it's a noun. Number one, a member of a criminal mob. The origin of mobster, 1915, 1920. It's Americanism. Mob, number one, in the sense a member of a criminal gang plus stir, plus stir. Okay. Example from the web for mobster. The British dictionary definition for mobster. Okay. Is a noun, number one, a U.S. slang word for gangster. Okay. The word origin and history for mobster 1916 is a noun for mob in the criminal sense plus stir. Slang definition phrase for mobster. It's a noun, member of a criminal grouping, a mafioso, gangster nickname you got from the world. Okay. All right. Now let's go over here to Cambridge University. Okay, we use the British English. It's a noun. Mobster is a noun. Let's get the UK pronunciation.
Mobster.
Mobster. Get US pronunciation.
Mobster.
Okay. A gangster. Okay. Thesaurus and synonyms are related words. Okay. Now let's go over here to Oxford. Okay. Mobster. Okay. Let's get the pronunciation.
Mobster.
Mobster. It's a noun. Informal, a member of an organized group of violent criminals, a gangster. We have example sentences plus synonyms. Okay, and then pronunciation.
Mobster.
Mobster. Okay, let's go over here to Collins English Dictionary. Okay, let's get the pronunciation on mobster.
Mobster.
Mobster. Word forms plural mobsters.
Mobsters.
Mobsters. Countable noun. A mobster is someone. A mobster is someone who is a member of an organized group of violent criminals. Okay.
Mobster.
Mobster. It's a noun, a U.S. slang word for gangster. Mobster in American English.
Mobster.
Mobster. It's a noun, slang, member of a criminal mob, gangster. Now you have example sentences containing mobster. You have trends of mobster. You have some useful links. Okay, you have a source definition of mobster from the Collins English Dictionary, so forth. Okay, let's click over here to Macmillan. Mobster. Okay, noun, it's a noun, cannibal.
Mobster.
Mobster. Okay, someone who is a member of a criminal organization. Synonyms and related words, then explore thesaurus. Okay. Now let's click back over here to Merriam-Webster. Thug. Okay, let's get we on Merriam-Webster dictionary. Thug. Let's get the pronunciation.
Thug.
Thug. It's a noun. Definition of thug: a brutal ruffian or assassin, a gangster or tough. Okay. Now look at this. Now you have thuggery. That's a noun. You have thuggish. That's an adjective. Alright, okay, related to thug. Now you have examples of thug in a sentence. The origin, etymology of thug, hidden down in Urdu, thag, literary, thief, first known use, 1810. Thug synonyms. Okay, thug defined for English language learners is a noun.
Thug.
Definition of thug for English language learners, a violent criminal. Thug defined for kids. Thug is a noun. Okay. Merriam-Webster thesaurus. thesaurus. Thug is a noun. You have synonyms and antonyms of thug. You have related words to thug. Okay, related to thug. Okay. Now let's go over here to dictionary.com. Okay, let's get the pronunciation.
Thug.
Thug is a noun. Number one, a cruel or vicious ruffian, robber, or murderer. Number two, sometimes the initial capital letter one of a former group of professional robbers and murderers in India who strangled their victims. Okay, the origin of thug, Hindi, first recorded in 1810. Thug is from the Hindi word thag, literal robe or cheat. You have related forms. Thuggery is a noun. Thuggish is an adjective. Now you have examples from the web for thug. You have a British dictionary definition for thug. It's a noun. Number one, a tough and violent man, especially criminal. Number two, sometimes capital form and member of an organization of robbers and assassins in India who typically strangle their victims. Derived forms, thuggery is a noun, thuggish is an adjective. The word origin from Hindi, thag, thief, from Sanskrit. Okay, the word origin, history for thug. Member of a gang of murderers and robbers in India who strangle their victims. Okay, let's go over here to thesaurus.com. Okay, let's get the pronunciation.
Thug.
Thug. Synonym for thug. You have antonyms for thug. And you have words related to thug. Over here to your right, you have word origin and history. Thug 1810, member of a gang of murderers and robbers in India who strangled their victims. Now you have some example sentences for thug. Now let's go over here to Cambridge University. We're using British English. Thug is a noun. Okay, British English. Let's get the U.S. pronunciation.
Thug.
Thug. Let's get the UK pronunciation.
Thug.
Thug. A man who acts violently, especially to commit a crime. Okay, you have thesaurus, synonyms, and related words. Now you have thuggish is an adjective. You have U.S. pronunciation.
Thuggish.
Thuggish. And the UK pronunciation.
Thuggish.
Thuggish. Now you have translation of thug in Spanish. And we go over here to Oxford University thug. The definition of thug in English, thug pronunciation.
Thug.
Thug is a noun. Number one, a violent person, especially criminal. You have a sentence, and you have more example sentences, a synonym. Number two, historical, a member of an organization of robbers and assassins in India. Devotees of the goddess Kali. The thugs waylaid and strangled their victims, usually travelers, in a ritually prescribed manner. They were suppressed by the British in the 1830s. You have example sentence. You have the origin early 19th century and thug since two from Hindi thag, swindler, thief. Okay. Pronunciation thug.
Thug.
Thug. Collins. The definition of thug, number one, get the pronunciation.
Thug.
Thug. Word forms, plural thugs.
Thugs.
Countable noun, you can refer to a violent person or criminal as a thug. Disapproval. Synonyms and more synonyms of thug. Get the pronunciation. Thug.
Thug.
Thug. Okay, that was a countable noun. This thug is a noun. Number one, a tough and violent man, especially criminal. Number two, sometimes California, a member of an organization robbing, assassinating Indians, typically strangling their victims. Okay, you have derived forms. Thuggery is a noun, thuggish is an adjective. The word origin of thug, from Hindi thag, thief, from Sanskrit, scoundrel. Thug in American English, the noun, number one. A member of a former group in India murdered and robbed in a series of Kali. Number two, a rough, brutal hoodlum, gangster robber. Derived forms, thuggery is a noun, thuggish is an adjective. Word origin of thug, Hindi thag, swindler. Example sentences containing thug. Trends of thug. Translation for thug. Okay. Translation for thug. Used for links. The sort of definition of thug. Okay. Let's go here to Macmillan. Okay. Let's get the pronunciation. It's a noun, countable. Thug.
Thug.
Thug. A man who is violent, especially criminal. You have synonyms and related words. And you can explore the thesaurus. Now let's go back over here to Merriam-Webster. Goon. Okay, let's get the pronunciation.
Goon.
Goon is a noun. Definition of goon, number one, a stupid person. Number two, a man hired to terrorize and eliminate opponents, be an enforcer. Okay, you see goon defined for English language learners. See goon defined for kids. Okay. You see examples of goon in a sentence. The origin etymology of goon. Probably short for English dialect. Goon is simply the first known use 1921 goon synonym. Goon defined for English language learners. Definition of goon for English language learners. A person who is hired to threaten, beat up, or kill someone. Okay. Now let's go over to Merriam-Webster thesaurus. Goon is a noun. You have synonyms and antonyms of goon. And you have words that relate to goon. Okay, we're on dictionary.com. Goon. Okay, the pronunciation goon on dictionary.com.
Goon.
Goon. It's a noun, number one, informant, hired, hoodlum, or thug. Number two, slang. A stupid, foolish, or awkward person, being roughneck. Origin of goon. 1920, 1925, short from dialect goonie. Variant or obsolete goonie, a sympathy influenced by the comic strip character Alice the Goon in the series Thimble Theater by ECC in 1894-1938 American cartoonist. Okay. Examples from the web for goon, contemporary examples. Okay, British dictionary definition of goon. It's a noun, number one, a stupid or deliberately foolish person. Number two, U.S. informant thug hired to commit acts of violence or intimidation, especially in an industrial dispute. Word origin, probably from dialect goon. That's okay. Goon number 2 is a noun, Australian, informal, cheap, non-packing, cash for box. Word origin, history of goon. 1921 stupid person goon is sympathy. 1580s of unknown origin but applied by sailors to the albatross and similar big clumsy birds. 1839 sense of higher thug first reported. 1938 in reference to Union B Squad, usually cow strikers in the Pacific Northwest, probably from Alistair Bloom, Slow-Witted, Luxembourg, Zuma. Nature character and theme of theater, comic strip starring Popeye by E.C. Sears, 1894, 1938. Okay. Slang definition phrase for goon. Okay. Thesaurus.com. Okay. Let's get the pronunciation of goon. We're on thesaurus.com.
Goon.
Goon. You have synonym for goon. You have antonym for goon. You have words related to goon. And over to the right, you have word origin and history. Goon, 1921, stupid person from goon sympathy. Okay, so, okay. They have unknown origin, but applied by sailors to the albatross and some of the big clumsy birds. 1839 sense of high thug, first recorded 1930 in reference to Union B Squad, due to cow strikers in the Pacific Northwest, fired for Alistair Bloom, Slow-Witted. It must look at general nature character of them, the theater, comic strip, star Popeye by E.C. Sears, 1894, 1938. Okay. Example sentences for goon. Over on Cambridge University. Let's get the pronunciation. UK.
Goon.
Goon. US.
Goon.
Goon. Goon is a noun. A violent criminal who is paid to hurt or threaten people. The thesaurus synonyms of related words. Okay, goon, noun, silly person, old-fashioned, informal, silly, or stupid person. The thesaurus synonyms of related words. Goon is a noun, wine. Australian, English, informal, cheap wine, spread in wine sold in boxes. Then you got translation of goon. Then you have Oxford University, going to Oxford University. Goon number 1. Get the pronunciation. Goon. It's a noun. Number 1, informal, a silly, foolish, or eccentric person. Number 2, North America, a bully or thug, especially a member of an armed or security force. Number 3, British, a guard in a German prisoner of war camp during the Second World War. The origin mid-19th century, perhaps from dialect Goon Boogie, influenced by the subhuman cartoon character Alistair Bloom, created by ECC 1894, 1930, American cartoon. Okay. Pronunciation, Goon. Goon. Pronunciation, Goon. It's a noun. Mass now Australian. Informal cheap wine Australian was sold in large cartons. Origin 1980 probably alteration of flagon, possibly from like goon. Pronunciation, goon. They go over to Collins. Okay, let's get the pronunciation on goon. Goon. Word form plural goons. Number 1, count by 9. Goons, a person who is paid to hurt or threaten people. Okay. Number 2, count by 9. If you call someone a goon, you think they behave in a silly way. Goon is a noun. Number 1, a stupid or deliberately foolish person. Number two, U.S. informant, a thug hired to commit acts of violence or intimidation, especially in an industrial dispute. Word original goon, C20 party from dialect goon, food, party after. The character as the goon, created by ECC, 1894-1938, American cartoon goon, and now Australian form cheap wine packing case, goon in American English. Goon. Now slide number one, a ruffian or thug is more hired to help break a strike. A person who is awkward, grotesque, okay. Word original goon. After Alice the goon, grotesque, okay. An example sentences containing goon, trends of goon, use of links. Okay. Let's go to magnetic. Okay, goon is a noun. Let's get from a accountable informal. Let's get pronunciation.
Goon.
Goon. Number one, a strong or violent man whose job is to protect his employees. That's synonyms and related words. Exploit, thesaurus. A stupid person who's always breaking things. Synonyms and related words. Exploit, thesaurus. Now let's go back over to Merriam-Webster. Boss. Boss is an adjective. It's a thesaurus. Boss. Dictionary. Okay, but number one. Boss number one is a noun. Let's get pronunciation.
Boss.
Boss. Okay. The definition of boss number one, A, a protuberant part of body. And B, a range of ornamentation or stud. C, an ornamental projecting block used in architecture. Number two, a soft pad used in ceramic and glass making. Number three, the hub of a propeller. Did you know that Dutch settlements in North America all came under English rule in the 1660s and 1670s, but Dutch continued to be spoken in the region long after. In American English, the lexical heritage of the Dutch colony include dood, stoop, meaning porch and sound cloud. Perhaps the most pervasive Dutch loanword is boss, from the Dutch bos, meaning master. The word first appears in the form boss in 1806, used by BrightShine early. Part of its success seems to have resulted from an American aversion to master, which was common in British use. Illustration of boss and origin etymology by Middle English. Also from Anglo-French, from Vulgar Latin, motion, first known in 14th century. Okay, now that was boss as a noun. Now this boss number two is a verb. Pay attention, pay attention. Because when you see those sentences, okay, boss is a verb. Definition of boss, transitive verb number one. To embellish is a belt or shield with a raised decoration. To ornament with bosses. Number two, to treat as a surface or portion with the boss. Origin etymology boss, see boss number one, first known in 15th century. Boss number three is a noun. See, pay attention. Boss number three is a noun. Definition of boss number one, a person with inside control authority, union boss, mafia boss, spec, one who directs or supervises work. Number two, positive moral control, those in the part of organization or dictates appointments. When legislative measures stand up to the party. The origin etymology boss, Dutch, boss master, first known use 1653. Other business term, boss number four is an adjective. Definition of boss, slang, excellent first rating, boss new rock band. Example, boss in a sentence. Origin and etymology boss. See boss number three, first known use 1863. Boss synonym. See, boss is a verb, boss is a noun, boss is an adjective. Pay attention to the synonyms, the antonyms, and the related words. Look at this. Boss number five is a verb. Definition of boss, transitive verb number one, to exercise control, authority, or to act as boss. Needs someone to boss their job. Number two, to give usually arbitrary orders to, usually used with around. Origin etymology of boss. See boss number 3, first known in 1856. Boss number 6 is a noun. Definition of boss, cow or calf. Origin etymology of boss, English dialect, young cow. First known use 1790. Other animal husbandry term. Phrase related to boss. Boss defined for English language learning. Definition of boss for English language learning, great or excellent. Boss defined for kids. Boss is a verb. Definition of boss for student. Medical dictionary. Boss is a noun. Okay, click over here and remember the thesaurus. Boss is an adjective, slang, synonym, and antonyms and related words for boss. Then you have boss as a noun. You have synonyms and antonyms of boss and related words. You have boss as a verb, synonyms and antonyms of boss and related words. So now let's click over to dictionary.com. Let's get the pronunciation of boss. Boss number 1. It's a noun. 1. A person who employs a superintendent, worker, manager. Number 2. A politician who controls the part of organization in a particular district. Number 3. A person who makes decisions, exercises authority, dominates. Verb used with object. Number 4. To be master of or over, manage, direct, control. Number 5. To order about, especially in the area and amount of verb used with object. 6. To be boss. Number 7. To be to dominate an authoritative adjective. Number 8. Chief or master. Slang. First rate. Origin of boss. Dutch. 1640 1650. Americanism. Dutch boss master form. Synonyms. Number 1. Supervisory. Okay. Boss number 2. Now. Botany, zoology. Number 2. Geology. Number 3. The ornamental protuberance of metal. Okay. Number 4. Architecture. Number 5. Book binding. Number 6. Machinery. Number 7. Nautical. Verb used with option. Number 8. To ornament with boss. Number 9. To emboss. Number 10. Employment. To hammer sheet metal as lead. To conform to an irregular service. Origin. 1250, 1300 Middle English boast. Anglo-French lump, rope, ball, Old French gold. Okay. Boss number 3 is a noun. Number 1. A familiar name for a cow or calf or cow. Origin 1790, 1800 Americanism, compared dialect. Boss, bus, 6-month-old calf. Boss number 4. Adjective, Scottish. Number 1. Hollow or empty. Origin first recorded 1505, 1500 of obscure origin. You have examples from the web for boss. You have the British Dictionary definition for boss. It's a noun. Number 1. A person in charge of or employing others. Number 2. Main U.S. a professional politician who controls the party machine or political organization, often using devious or illegal methods. Verb. Number 3. To employ, supervise, be in charge of. Number 4. Using, fold, by, around, or about. Okay. Adjective. Number 5. Slang, excellent, fine, boss, hand, and cockatoo. Word origin. From Dutch master. Boss number 2 is a noun. Number 1. A noun, slug, or other. Number 2. Biology in their various protuberance or swellings. Okay. Number 3. An area of increased thickness. Boss number 3. Noun. Bosses or bossy. Number 1. A calf or cow. Word origin. From dialect, bus cow. Okay. Boss. Noun, acronym forming Bureau of State Security. A branch of South African Security Police. Okay. Word origin history. For boss. We have boss in medicine. We have slang definition phrases for boss. Boss is an adjective and a noun, a verb, and related terms. Okay. And click over to thesaurus.com for boss. Get the pronunciation. Boss. We have synonym for boss. We have anonym for boss. We have words related to boss. Okay. Now over here to your right, You have the word origin and history. You have example sentences for boss. So pay attention to them. Pay attention to those sentences. For boss, you have boss as a noun. You have boss as a verb. You have boss as an adjective. Then you have boss as another noun and a verb. So pay attention to them sentences, and to the synonyms, and to the antonyms, and to the words related. Okay, let's go over to Cambridge. British English. Boss is a noun. UK.
Boss.
Boss. US.
Boss.
Okay, the person who is in charge of the organization who tells others what to do. Okay, you have sentences. You have more example sentences. You have thesaurus, synonyms, and related words. Boss is a noun. Decoration, and raised, rounded decoration, such as on a shield or a ceiling. You have thesaurus, synonyms, and related words. Idioms. You have boss as a verb.
Boss.
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 Okay, to tell someone what to do or what to do all the time. Okay, thesaurus, synonyms, and related words. You have boss as an adjective.
Boss. Boss.
Very good or excellent. You have thesaurus, synonyms, and related words. You have translation of boss. Okay, let's go with the Oxford. Okay, boss number one.
Boss.
Boss is a noun, informer, number one, a person who is in charge of a work or organization. One person in control of a group of situation. You have synonym, more example, synonym. 1.2, popular modifier computer game, particularly tough enemy usually. More example, synonym, verb with object. Informal gives someone orders in a domineering way. Okay, object, adjective. North American form, excellent, outstanding. More example, sentence, phrase, and be one's own boss. Inform, be self-employed. Okay, show someone who's boss. Okay, origin, early 19th century, written in U.S. from Dutch boss master. Pronunciation, boss.
Boss.
Boss. There you go. Okay, boss number two is a noun.
Boss.
It stood on the center of a shield. Architecture, ornamental carving. Okay. 1.2, the central part of the propeller. Number two, geology, large, massive, igneous rock. Okay, origin, Middle English from Old French, both of unknown origin.
Boss.
Section. Boss number three.
Boss.
Okay, so now U.S. informant cow, origin, early 19th century, unknown origin. Pronunciation.
Boss.
Okay, we'll stop here. Now go over to columns.
Boss.
Boss. Word for employer, third. Bossy.
Bossy.
Number one, countable noun. Your boss is the person in charge of the organization or department where you work. Synonyms, more synonyms. Countable. Number two, countable noun. Okay, if you are the boss in a group or relationship, you are the person who makes all the decisions. Okay, number three is a verb. If you say that someone bosses you, you mean that you keep telling you what you're doing in a way that's irritating. Okay. Number four, be one's own boss. Phrasal verbs. Okay, boss number one, informal.
Boss.
Okay, now a person in charge of or employing others. Okay. Number two, mainly U.S. Okay, verb. Number three, to employ, supervise, and be in charge of. Okay. Number four, usually for. Okay. Okay, number adjective. Number five, slang, excellent, or fine. Okay, word, origin of boss, Dutch boss master. Okay, boss. Now, a knob, a stud, or a circle around it. Protuberance. Number two, biology. Number three, A, an area of increased thickness. Okay. B, a similar projection around a hole. Okay. Number four, an exposed non-advancement, igneous or metamorphic rock. Okay. Verb, transitive. Number five, to ornament with bosses. Word, origin of boss. boss. Number 9 is a noun, a calf or cow. Okay, word origin of boss. From dialect, bus, calf, okay, boss. Boss in American English. Number 1, a person has authority over employees as an employee, a manager or foreman. Number 2, a person who controls a political machine or organization as an accountant. Okay. 3, to act as a boss. Adjective, informal. So one person around, okay. Adjective, info, chief. Number 6, slang, is info, okay. Word origin of boss. American English, noun, a raised part or protruding ornament on it, okay. Architecture, geology, mechanics, verb, transitive. Word origin of boss, boss in American English, noun, a cow, boss in mechanical engineering. Example sentences containing boss, okay. Trends of boss, okay. Translations for boss, okay.
Boss.
Okay, watch no translations. No, no links. Look over Mac Miller. Okay, let's get the pronunciation.
Boss.
Number 1, the person who is in charge of you at work. Synonyms related word, explore thesaurus. A, manager, journalist, someone with a power position in the organization. B, inform the person that other people have to obey. Synonyms related words, explore the thesaurus. Explore the thesaurus. Number 2, a circular decoration at the center of something. Okay. Synonyms related words, explore the thesaurus. Okay. Well, we're gonna get ready to end today's video. We done went over some words. We know we come back in my next video. We're gonna go back over these. We'll put our emphasis and our focus on the word gang, gangster, mob, mobster, thug, goon, and boss. So until my next video, again, my name is Eric D. Johnson, also on BrightShine here, right here in the city of Memphis. It's in the county shit, it's in the state of Tennessee. And take care of yourself, and I wish each and every one of you very best.